human self presents to me many challenges that burden me. My heart center shines and calls to me. This is who I choose to be. Sometimes lessons.
Welcome to the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. This is Penny Fisher, and we are so glad you are joining us for this week's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. So good to be with you again to continue our journey of getting to know the beautiful divine feminine archangels, these beautiful, powerful beings of love and light who want nothing more than for you to be able to live a life of balance and ease by coming into alignment with love, especially love for yourself. That is what they want for you. And so we have spent the last few episodes getting to know Archangel Faith, Archangel Clarity Christine, Archangel Charity Grace, and last week, Archangel Hope. And this week, we have the privilege of spending time with Archangel Virtue and her divine masculine complement, her partner in crime, if you will, Archangel Raphael, beautiful archangel of healing. And we will also be talking quite a bit today about Mother Mary. Wherever I have read about the archangels of the fifth ray, which is the ray that we're talking about, the ray of healing today, I have always seen Archangel Raphael partnering with Mother Mary. And yet, when I was teaching this class about a year and a half ago, and I sat down to connect with the energy, it was Archangel Virtue who came through. And it'll become clear as we talk together today about why that is and how that all came to be. So we have a lot to cover today. So my Cliff Notes version of what are the archangels and what are the rays is going to be super Cliff Notey. So if you want more information about the angels and how to communicate with them and how to connect with your guardian angels, check out episode 49 in this series. It was the first of this arc, and it's a whole episode that goes into getting to know the archangels and how to communicate with your beautiful angels, knowing that we have to call on them in order to invite them into our lives, and they are just waiting. They want so badly to be part of your life. So check that all out. Angels are messengers of God. They are beings of pure love and light. They are neither masculine nor feminine, but like the two sides of a coin, they do hold both of those energies within the totality of their archangelic or their angelic being. Okay, so just like we hold divine masculine and divine feminine energy, so too do the archangels and the angels, all of them. This series is part of our journey in our Living a Life of Balance and Ease podcast series, is about meeting the divine feminine archangels of the seven sacred rays. And the seven rays come from source energy, pure love, pure light that wanted to know itself, and so sent its light through the prism of creation. And just like when light goes through a crystal or a prism, source became refracted into separate um, aspects. And each of those aspects has a color and a vibration. And there are archangels that are associated with each of these rays. And we identify with them mostly through color. And I believe there are a lot more rays that are going to be made known to us as we continue on our journey. All right, I'm going to jump right in because we have a lot to talk about today, my darlings. So let's talk about this fifth ray, the ascension flame of healing, purity, and love. The main qualities of this fifth ray, or one of the main qualities, is about healing at all levels. And in particular, these beautiful archangels, especially Archangel Virtue and Mother Mary, are about supporting us in healing from conditioning, societal conditioning, religious conditioning, that has tethered us to this idea of being virtuous. And as we're going to talk about in a minute, both Mother Mary and Archangel Virtue would like us to redefine what it means to be virtuous. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Another of the gifts of this particular ray is about creation through manifestation. And we'll talk about how, as we redefine virtue, we are able to raise our vibration so that we can bring to us all that we need to manifest the lives that we wish to live and ultimately to manifest heaven on earth. So the last of the kind of main traits or qualities of this beautiful ray is this idea, again, of connecting with unlimited abundance, just opening the tap on that flow so everything we need can come toward us. And again, as we come into alignment with unconditional love, especially for ourselves, then everything we need just shows up in our lives. All right. The corresponding chakras, there are two of them. One is the heart. So the colors associated with this ray tend to be green and pink, mostly green, but the green and pink are the colors of the heart. So it makes perfect sense that we're coming back into our hearts to love ourselves more and more. And the other chakra that is associated with this particular ray is the third eye chakra, that place where we connect with intuition, with inner guidance. And as we redefine virtue, the way that Archangel Virtue would like us to, I think you'll see how this is all connected. Corresponding crystals or stones: emerald, jade, aquamarine, malachite, sapphire, Lemurian clear quartz crystal, one of my favorites. And obviously the archangels of this ray, Archangels Raphael and beautiful beloved Archangel Virtue. All right, so I'd like to talk with you about and introduce you to Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is one of the kind of four, I'm going to say, most best known archangels, right? Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, the angels of the four cardinal directions and angels that we call on and tend to work with most often. And I love this angel. This angel, to me, holds this perfect balance of, they all do, but strength and compassion, because what Archangel Raphael is all about is healing. That's his superpower. And we can definitely and should absolutely call on Archangel Raphael for healing at the physical level. As we do that, however, my darlings, I think it's really important to also call in the power and the loving support of Archangel Raphael for healing at the mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. Because almost all of our physical illnesses and issues are due to blocked energy because there are unresolved issues that might be thoughts, they might be emotions, they might be issues, karmic issues from our past lives that are blocking the flow of energy in our fields. And we can call on Archangel Raphael. We can ask for the gift of the beautiful green light of healing. And when we open up to this, that beautiful green light can enter us, flood us, wash away what we no longer need, and recalibrate our vibration to be in alignment with love. And that is what causes healing, at least in my experience, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to put a little caveat in here. I am not the person who will say, just do energy healing work when you're ill and everything's going to be fine. It has been, once again, my experience, and it is my deep belief that we get ourselves to our Western medical doctors. We have our checkups, we do the tests, we take our medication, we have the surgery, we do all of those things. And we also do the work of healing, working to be healed, to heal ourselves at a deep energetic level. That's where the root cause lies. So it's not either or, but both and. And I want to be really clear about that since we're talking about healing here. Archangel Raphael's name means, can you guess it? God heals. And I said earlier how deeply tickled I am that the color associated with this archangel is green, because Archangel Raphael wants to lead us back over and over and over again to our hearts. This is where the magic happens, sweeties. If you've taken my class, The Inner Magic Experience, or if you have been with us for one of our monthly Awaken Your Inner Magic events, the free events that we offer once every month, you will know how deeply I believe that self-love is the key here. And the way into self-love is by dropping into that heart space. And we're going to do that at the end of our time together today as we receive a channeled message from Archangel Virtue for each of you. There's a beautiful book called The Angels of Atlantis. The author is Stuart Pearce. And I love the way he talks about working with Archangel Raphael. Listen to these beautiful words. When we seek Raphael, we are not taken to an outer domain, but to a supreme place within, where ultimately all is well and where all negativity is transformed. That place is the secret chamber of the heart, eternal, sublime, and absolute in its conviction of love. For this is the seat of the soul and reflects the great heart of the cosmos. And that, my darlings, is what Archangel Raphael wants for each one of you, to come into the sacred heart chamber that is yours, to invite in the flow of the cosmic matrix. And we're going to do that as part of our preparation to receive Archangel Virtue's message later. And in so doing, he wishes for you and will help you and support you in expanding your heart so that you can radically deepen your relationship with source energy, so that you can connect with the truth of your divinity, and you can receive healing in unbelievable ways, ways that you hadn't imagined. It really does set us up for the potential for complete transformation back into alignment with unconditional love through this gift of healing. Okay, so I want to shift gears now. That's Archangel Raphael. And I want to shift gears. And before we talk about Archangel Virtue herself, I want to set the stage a little bit. So I shared with you earlier that in all of the literature, all of the books, when I look at the, and I'm air quoting, archangels of the fifth ray, I found references to Archangel Raphael and Mother Mary. But it was Archangel Virtue who kept coming through to me. And so I sat and I was like, what the heck? Like, I trust you. If this is what you want me to teach out in the world, I will do that. And what I was told, and then I got to do some research that confirmed this, and it just made my heart just explode with joy. Archangel Virtue tells us that she was one of Mother Mary's primary guides. She is the one that assisted Mary in preparing for the light conception of Jesus or Yeshua. She's the one who supported Mary on her journey to constantly embody what have been called by many religious figures the virtues that helped her to break what we would now call the glass ceiling of her time, right? And so I looked a little further and I found that the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines virtue as, and I quote, conformity to a standard of right or morality. And when I really sat with Archangel Virtue and with Mother Mary pointed out to me that she was, without doubt, committed in every fiber of her being to a standard of, and I'm going to air quote, right. But she says it was not a standard of right that was created by or conceived of by humans. It was not the sense of virtue that has been developed over time and that we have come to see as this set of rules and I'm going to just call them excuses to judge ourselves and others that have been imposed on us. Mother Mary was very, very clear that her virtue and what she defines as virtue is this commitment, this unwavering commitment to unconditional love. That she walked that incarnation on earth as a human, working tirelessly, ceaselessly to raise her vibration, to expand her capacity to receive light, to be fully in alignment with and the embodiment of unconditional love, the love of source energy. In whatever way you experience source, right? God, angels, the universe, however you experience it, at the end of the day, when we peel away labels and language, We're left with love, a love so pure, my darlings, that we cannot conceive of it. We really can't wrap our heads around it as humans. So as I was noodling around, I came across another definition of virtue. Now, it's Wikipedia, I get it, but I have to share this with you because I think that this is the definition or the concept of virtue that Archangel Virtue and Mother Mary want us to move toward. Check this out. Wikipedia says that virtue is, and I quote, a trait of excellence that may be moral or intellectual. The cultivation and refinement of virtue is held to be in the service of the good of humanity, and thus is valued as an end purpose of life or a foundational principle of being. Did you hear it? In the service of the good of humanity. In the Buddhist traditions, we talk about what is good for the highest good of all sentient beings. And when we come into a space of unconditional love for ourselves, we are able to be love. And that sends vibrations out into the world, right? We know from the world of the quantum, from science, from quantum physics, that everything vibrates and that the rate of vibration will attract to the thing that's vibrating other people, experiences, and resources, that are vibrating at the same rate. So when we come into that place of alignment with unconditional love and we vibrate there, we offer that vibration out into the world. And all beings have a choice as to whether or not they want to entrain with or match that vibration. Some of them will, some of them won't. Either way, it's okay. They're on their journey. And do you see how when you come into that place of high vibration, that you are able to turn on or open up the flow of unlimited abundance? And this is one of the qualities of the fifth ray, right? Mother Mary came into this understanding of virtue not because it was imposed on her from the outside, but because she knew in her heart, she knew through her connection with source energy that she was a beautiful, divine, perfect being of love and light. And so she used her time in human form to walk that talk, to be that, right? This is where now Archangel Virtue enters in. Archangel Virtue, I get choked up when I think about her. Archangel Virtue holds this vibration of unconditional love. And that's, I think, what's making me tear up, just to feel that. And she radiates the pink light associated with the heart chakra. And it's interesting. I know most of us think about green when we think about the heart. For me, from the moment I knew that there was such a thing as a chakra, the heart has always been pink for me. She is asking us, and she overlighted Mother Mary in order to invite her to start to be a guide for us on this journey to reframing what we mean when we think about being virtuous. Because what she wants us to know is that the traditional thinking about virtues can be released in terms of the energetic of judgment, and instead the virtue of being in alignment with the heart can help us to find our way. And we find our way by noticing where we're out of alignment. So just this morning, I was out for a walk with my partner, and we were talking about a conversation we had had with friends. And I started in with, can you believe, blah, blah, blah. And I caught it and I'm like, oh my stars, I am out of alignment with the heart. That human being was having his own experience. He felt safe enough in the space to share it with me. And now here I am talking about him. That's not alignment with love. So, this virtue with which I was out of whack, I was out of sync, I was out of step, actually helped me to look at myself and say, okay, why did I need to talk about what this person shared? Oh, because I think that about myself. I judge myself for having tried to change other people in my life to make them what I wanted them to be. And that was part of this conversation that had happened. But that comes from inside of me. It's not some externally imposed set of rules. And when we connect with the virtues or the idea of being virtuous in this way, we fall into, and as I'm talking to you, I see this beautiful bed, this cushion, this infinitely large and soft and supportive cushion that is the love of Divine Mother. Divine Mother helps us navigate the experiences that we have with some of our greatest teachers, and those are our family members. Our family members condition us. They condition us to have certain identities, to believe that we are less than or that we are enough. They show us places of woundedness. Our families give us so many opportunities to learn and to practice. And Archangel Virtue, in alignment with the love of Divine Mother, because she very, very much holds that energetic, will help us to see where those ideas, beliefs, identities that have been imposed upon us from outside, especially from our families, are ready to be transformed back into alignment with love. Archangel Virtue and Divine Mother, and I'm not talking about Mother Mary now, I'm talking about the energetic, the huge overarching, infinitely loving energy of Divine Mother. They want more than anything for us to kind of grin and giggle at those old ways of walking through the world and say, I've got my heart. I've got my connection to source energy. I don't need any of these beliefs anymore. This is what Archangel Virtue wants for you. She wants you to actually become the Divine Mother to yourself, loving yourself unconditionally, embracing the shadow pieces of yourself. We all have them, but holding them like a mother would hold a scared child, rocking them, loving them, and reminding them that they are just love, that have forgotten that they are love. That's quite a gift. I could go on and on and on. I had so much more drafted out, but I want to get to this message that Archangel Virtue has shared for each one of you. This is a message that I had the privilege of receiving from her. And as I got it, I wrote it down, and I'd love to share it with you to end our time together. So if you are driving, walking, or doing anything that requires your undivided attention, I would invite you now either to pause this recording and return to it later, or to just let this message flow over you, knowing that you can return to it at a later time so that you can stay focused and safe. Okay? So as you settle in, my darlings, bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air flowing in and out through your nose. Allow your inhale to deepen and your exhale to lengthen. And allow your next few breaths to guide you down into your sacred heart chamber. Whatever the color, whatever the decor, whatever the ambiance of your unique heart space, the energies of pink and green love permeate it always. As you rest in your sacred heart chamber, you notice a portal, a doorway of spinning light. And you invite with your intention the diamond light of the cosmic matrix, this flow of unconditional love that comes from the heart of the cosmic matrix, the heart of Divine Mother. You invite it into your heart chamber and you allow yourself to be filled with it. Feel it infusing every fiber of your being, and just rest with this beautiful light. And as you do, you notice that swirling around you are beautiful ribbons of light that are emerald green and vibrant pink. And as they swirl around you, they create a beautiful cocoon of love and safety. Connect with the energy of these beautiful ribbons, knowing that this is the essence of Archangel Virtue. As you rest in this cocoon, you may have the experience of Archangel Virtue as a being, as light, as an image. Whatever your experience is, just allow it to happen. And as you rest here, Archangel Virtue has this message for you. It is time. Time to behold the radiance within, free from the distortion of old conditionings and beliefs. For centuries, the model of virtue that was presented to the world contained within it the vibration of fear. It was designed to perpetuate conformity and judgment, to keep the light within from blazing forth to illuminate the darkness. The experiences of this pathway are what they are and not to be judged or wallowed in. For within them has also been a resonance of duality that allows you to dive deeper into old wounds, bringing them to the surface so they may be transformed by your love and light back into the wholeness of self. Once this duality is acknowledged, there comes the freedom to choose to see people and experiences as opportunities for reflection, for learning, and ultimately for deciding how to proceed in each moment of your human existence. Beloved Mother Mary was a highly evolved being who embodied the path of virtue, but not as others of her time or of yours would have had her act. She chose to work with virtues in a way that supported her deep inner work. Her time in the mystery schools of Egypt awakened the tree of life within her, and she dove deeply into pathways that allowed her to know herself in order to bring heaven to earth. The virtue associated with the top of the tree of life is completion of the great work. Mary knew and understood that this work is to come back into oneness with all that is by bringing balance to the opposing forces that are part of your human reality. Rather than seeing these opposing forces as good or bad, as virtue or vice, she learned to be a keen observer of her own thoughts, words, and deeds, and to strive toward embodying that which served her heart, her light, and the purity of her unconditionally loving self. She knew true virtue to be anchored in source energy, not because anyone imposed them on her, but because they guided her more deeply into communion with the reality of oneness through love. As I worked with Mary throughout many of her lifetimes, I observed her commitment to a virtuous life deepen as she came to know virtue as the choice to rest in pure awareness and walk in human form as one choosing to return again and again and again to her guiding star, unconditional love. It is this gift that I offer to you, my beloveds. Call upon me to choose virtue, which is simply the lens of love. For within this construct lies deep healing and a path forward. Indeed, it is an acceleration of the ascension pathway. I am of the heart, as is my beloved consort Raphael. The pure heart truly defines this evolved understanding of virtue. So enter your sacred heart chamber often and know that we are waiting here for you, illuminating the way. I am Archangel Virtue, and it is so. And Archangel Virtue, my darlings, is inviting you to connect with her. Connect with her as often as you feel you need to remember that there is a new way to think about virtue and that you can't help but being a, a being of pure virtue because you are love. Call on her, call on Archangel Raphael to shine down their pink and green light of healing into your heart. Allow them to see where you can love yourself more deeply. And as you do, as you deepen your understanding of your innate virtue, as you release that which you no longer need, they will be there with you, showing you step by step how to live your life with more balance and ease, because you are perfect and divine, a being of pure love, and light. I am, as always, overwhelmed with gratitude to each of you for spending time with me. I am Penny Starhart, and this has been the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. Until we are together again, remember always that you are loved and you are love.
This is who